Welcome back. Hey, today we're going to dive into how to schedule a leadership workshop that aligns cybersecurity initiatives with business objectives. This simple, powerful step sets a tone for your entire cybersecurity and data governance journey. And trust me, it's a real game changer. So in today's world, this resource bound environment that we live in, every dollar and every decision really does matter. Scheduling a cybersecurity leadership workshop ensures that your limited resources are laser focused on the most critical and important tasks. It helps you maximize impact, minimize waste, and most importantly, tie cybersecurity efforts directly to business growth and resilience. This is high priority stuff, especially when you're trying to establish strong data governance. Without this type of workshop, you're going to have misaligned priorities, wasted budgets, delayed government initiatives, and a lack of executive support for critical data projects. One focused workshop creates lasting alignment, and from there, you just need a quick refresher once a year to kind of keep everybody up to date. We'll talk about that in the 5 or 6 slides that we have that we're going to go through. And this is the introduction slide, so the others will go pretty fast. All right, so let's go ahead and define what those workshop objectives are. And this really is your first important, this first important step that you have is to define what your objectives are. Decide what leadership needs to know, decide, or commit to, or a combination of all of them. It's so important to understand what leadership's key objectives are and be able to tie cybersecurity into those business outcomes. Without clear goals, it's going to feel just like another meeting to the executives. So set the tone right up front. This is a strategic session. It's not a status update. So that starts with inviting the right participants. This is critical. You need to make sure you're tapping into your leadership. Really, you're tapping into those people that can make decisions. You want to make sure you get the right people in the room, perhaps the CIO, the CFO, the CISO, the CDO, heads of business units, whoever it is that controls money, priorities, and risk. Those are the people you want in the room with you. And if they can say yes to budgets or timelines, they need to be in the room for this meeting. Once you've got these participants, the right ones lined up, the next thing is to develop the right agenda. Remember, it's all about time. We want to make sure we respect leadership's time and be clear about what it is that we're doing. And so the third step really here is to go over what's your agenda. A proposed agenda may look like reviewing cyber risk, maybe business impact discussion, prioritization. Once you've defined what it is that you want to do, how do we want to prioritize that? And then, of course, the commitment and next steps. This is the key to this step. Respect the executive's time. Keep your discussion crisp, action-focused, and outcome-driven. Now, to prepare your participants, it's highly suggested that you create read-aheads. Now, often these read-aheads, at least for me, they come to me as the presentation itself, and wherein that does have some value. A real read-ahead really outlines those top, in this example, cybersecurity risks and the risks to business revenue. Sorry about that. The cybersecurity risks really to business revenue and operations. Remember, you want to keep it so that when the executive comes to the meeting, you don't have to start at ground zero. They already have a basis for what it is that you're going to talk about. And inside this 2-page or 1-page read ahead, prompt questions that you know might be important to them. Put those in there so they can kind of think about it before the meeting and then have some information with them in the meeting so that they can participate well in that meeting. So that kind of leads us to the next step, which is facilitating the meeting itself. So it's time to go. You're ready to go. You want to be active. This is not a lecture. It should be a workshop that drives decisions. It should invite quieter voices or those around, capture decisions that are being made on a whiteboard or a shared document, and keep the meeting momentum going. Remember, a good facilitator turns ideas that come up in a meeting into decisions and momentum of their presentation and discussion. This is where real governance acceleration begins. This is so true in an environment. It's not about you getting through whatever content you have and you've brought to the meeting. It has nothing to do with that. Being a facilitator and leading a workshop is all about listening and looking at your crowd, taking in their input and turning their input into the discussion so that they feel involved and influential in the direction that the discussion is going. They will be more invested in your outcome. All right, so talking about outcomes, we need to capture all of those outcomes. So finally, you have to document everything. Decisions, owners, deadlines. For example, the CFO is going to approve X dollars for the pilot to start on June 1st. Without clear follow-up and communication, energy fades fast within the executive team. You have to show small success, steps along the way that are showing progress to the end state. Look, you may have in your setting up your security framework, there could be hundreds of tasks that need to be done. You don't need to report on each one of those, but you need to have sound bites that you can say on a regular basis to your executives. We're making progress. We've done this. We've done this. Things that mean something to them that they can relate back to their business so that when they're having discussions without you in the room, they're saying, wow, we're really getting a lot out of that cyber framework that we're building. All right. So just in summary, congratulations. You've now completed a security leadership workshop. You've developed it. You know, one leadership workshop can change the entire direction of your cybersecurity and governance strategy. It's low cost, high impact, and builds momentum that will last all year. So for additional information on a cybersecurity blueprint on how to get things going in your environment and other resources that can help you, this is one of many videos. Go out, check it out at forgetsx.com. Take care and good luck.